Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. I have another overhyped skincare product video for you today. I do these videos not because I feel like people are lying to you on the internet, but to remind you that we have very different skin types and not everything that goes viral is going to work for you. But I also find that in particular on TikTok, a lot of products seem to go viral for many different reasons. The first one being that someone calls a product viral to make their video go more viral rather than the product being any good itself. They like to build that hype up around their own video and be like, oh my god, this product's amazing, watch it all the way through. Number two, a brand launches a new product and makes it go viral by gifting it to every influencer, micro-influencer, I hate that term, sponsors everywhere, so you have no choice but to see it everywhere. Or the third reason being that it's actually just a really good product and people are reviewing it and it deserves the attention that it deserves. And in this new world of fast skincare, I think it's important to weed out what's basic and what's not so basic. So today I'm sharing my personal experiences and opinions about some of the most viral skincare products around at the moment, and we're going to start off with one that I'm really actually genuinely disappointed about. That is the Bondi Sands SPF 50+ fragrance-free sunscreen lotion at £7. And I have to start by saying that this is an amazing sunscreen for an amazing affordable price of £7. You get a huge tube of it if you have dry skin. I saw all my favorites using this. I saw and loving it, and I saw everyone on TikTok. You know, when you type in skincare or sunscreen, this is everywhere. So when this arrived in PR at my doorstep, I was like, I need to try this now. So I did, and it's not for me. I have the oiliest T-zone. If you have an ounce of sebum on your skin, this is not for you. This left my skin looking and feeling greasy and shiny and not dewy and glowy, and there is a difference for you in the comments. And it stung my eyes instantly. I love dewy skin, and I don't mind a bit of product left on the skin to give you that kind of dewy glow, but this did look like grease. It was very oily for me. And that's one thing that I feel like is missing within all these reviews. I'm seeing a bit more of it now, but no one mentioned that if you have oily skin, you're gonna hate this. It's an amazing sunscreen for those with dry skin, I feel. People with dry skin will love this. But it's been kind of like put online as like this amazing new sunscreen that no one's ever come across before. And like people are like, oh my god, I need this. It's a relatively average drugstore sunscreen. I would love if you can offer some drugstore recommendations down below for under £10 or $10, because I'm not very familiar with drugstore sunscreen. I think Ramon has a video about it, which if he does, I'll link it down below and any I can find. Good price, just not for oily skin, and people fail to mention that. Let's move on to the next product. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I think other than CeraVe, if you go on TikTok, you'll see First Aid Beauty everywhere. I feel like it's CeraVe's like, you know, fancier sister. She wears a scarf sometimes and her fam like, oh, you're really fancy, you know. And this is a cream for intense hydration for dry, parched skin, safe for sensitive skin. So here I am once again using a product that's targeted at those with dry skin and not the oily skin that I have, but I didn't have a problem with that. This wasn't oily, this wasn't greasy, it was very comfortable and light on the skin. Well, hang on, we'll come to that in a minute. So First Aid Beauty say that this is enriched with shea butter, eucalyptus oatmeal and ceramide. Sounds great. First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream brings immediate comfort to tired, itchy and flaky skin. Better still, the antioxidant element of this moisturizing formula also provides protection against free radical damage. This is for your body and your face. And this is where I get a little bit like, oh, I don't necessarily feel like sometimes my face can deal with stuff that goes in my body. To heal my skin, I love ceramides. I love it. Oatmeal, colloidal oatmeal, again, great. All great things. There was something about this, right? So it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, first of all, which is fine. I don't mind that. I love the smell of that. Sometimes when I have a cold, I'll put it up my nose, whatever. But this went on, how to describe it? It kind of made me feel like I was sweating. It went on, made me feel like I was sweaty. It actually gave me a bit of a tingling sensation where my skin was very, very irritated, which I wasn't too bothered about. But with continuous use for about 2 weeks, I wasn't seeing any improvement within the irritation of my skin. So the usage of it was a little bit horrible, to be honest with you. It definitely pilled as well with a few serums that I use regularly and usually have no problems with whatsoever. I would only use this in the evening, and it kind of, the texture wise, how it applied on the skin remind me of why I don't like the Ordinary's moisturizing factors, because I felt like it was a lot of effort to rub onto the skin, and I don't know why. It rubbed in a bit easier. For example, on my body, this would rub in absolutely fine. On my face with other products, it seemed to just move around the skin rather than rub in. I'm not sure my face 100% likes eucalyptus. I think it finds it a little bit irritating, and I don't know that for me, this did the job it claimed to do. And I also woke up with very, very dry skin whenever I use this. And I have an oily T-zone. So if you do have dry skin, if your skin needs intense hydration and is dry or parched and needs that kind of healing, I would try and get a tester before dedicating to this product. I know in America you can return skincare, right? Which you can't do in the UK. But yeah, I do think, for example, what do I prefer? I prefer like ceramides and serums, so I'll link down below any alternatives for these products that I personally prefer. But I just find that you get it a bit more, it just kind of works quicker and works a bit more intensely than that in a moisturizer. I've not been overly impressed with First Aid Beauty as a whole at the moment. I've got their like oil-free moisturizer, which I'm looking forward to trying. A few of their coconut bits as well, which I'm also looking forward to trying. But so far I'm a bit like, it's fine, there's better. I don't think it's the cream to go for if you need repair for your skin or intense hydration. I just don't. Okay, next up, personal opinion, but I'm gonna go for a whole brand here, and that is the brand Yesto. This brand has been popping up on TikTok again, and in my personal opinion, this is one of the worst brands I've ever used. Every single product I hate so much. It's bad. I honestly don't know what else to say about it. Every single product I use has not done what the product says it's going to do. Every single product has had some form of irritation for me. It's dried out my skin despite whatever the product claim is. And I also hate the packaging. It's this like early 2000s vector drawing that was around, like it was all the rage back then. And it's just like tomato. Who fucking cares about tomato? They have the nerve to say that we're here to save skincare, and they're really not. You're not. You're not at all. It's a brand that to me is very reminiscent of teenage skincare brands, and I feel like they haven't moved on with the times and the years, and it just seems very outdated to me. I think their detox charcoal mask is a great example of how outdated this brand feels. This is a peel off mask, which first of all was kind of outdated to me. I don't know how many people are still doing those, but also the word detoxifying within skincare isn't a thing. It doesn't make sense to me. We all know that skincare can't detox your face. What does that even mean? And we're still making peel off masks. I don't know. 97% natural ingredients. Who cares about that? Not a lot of people really. Let's talk about an actual product, because I'm just being petty here, but they are shit. One of my least favorite products has to be the Glow Boosting Exfoliating Tonic. This was horrible for me. Heavily fragranced to the point where I couldn't use it. Had a very distinctive smell that made me feel a little bit sick. You know, not because I'm against fragrance, but the smell was just awful. It irritated my skin. There's a ton of fruit extracts in here, vitamin C, AHAs. It's just all too much. It just feels like a what can we put in here kind of product. Let's throw in everything. It's just too much. It was too much. Of course, not every single product is going to be terrible from this brand. I know there's some people that do like this brand, but for me, every single product I've tried has been so awful to the point where I wouldn't want to recommend it to anyone, because I feel like the likelihood that one of the products would be shit is very, very high. If you are looking for teen skin friendly brands, if you're in the US, Starface and Bubble are great options to go for. If you're in the UK, CeraVe, Neutrogena even. The Inky list, you know, we have amazing products that are modern, up to date, have come a long way. And I feel like Yesto is just 10 years too late in my opinion. Right, let's talk about, I can't believe, see this is the thing, on TikTok, things that have already trended on YouTube years ago suddenly now pops up on TikTok. I'm like, this again? Like really, why is this back? And this one in particular is the Elizavecca Milky Piggy Carbonated Bubble Clay Mask. It's back again for the fifth time. It's gone viral again. I'll start off by saying again, this is another absolutely fine product. It's fun, it's fine. This is essentially a kaolin based clay mask, much like every other clay mask out there, yet this one bubbles up. And it was, to be fair, probably the first of its kind, so it's a fun thing to do. And the first time it went viral, I think it completely deserved it. But I think the gimmick and the selling point here is that it bubbles up, so it's giving you a deep cleanse, and that really isn't the case. That's not what bubbling skincare does, but it just gives you that idea. I mean, if this was going viral as just a clay mask on its own, I'd be like, okay, cute, fine, whatever. But it's, again, the idea of like the bubbles are going deeper into your pores, it's clearing your skin out from within. The oxygen is bubbling bubbling in your pores and lifting things out, when that's not really how it works on this level within skincare. I think it was Lab Muffin Beauty Science has a video about bubbling masks who mentioned that yes, they do use oxygen within hospitals and, you know, on a larger scale, but to the scale in skincare, you're not going to get the same effect. It's not worth, you know, going crazy for and thinking that this is a life-changing clay mask. It's just not. And when you do look at the ingredients, it's a little bit better than basic clay mask, and that's all it is. I've got it. I mean, I own it because it's funny to do and it's great fun and everyone should do it, but don't go getting this thinking that it's gonna be this amazing pore clearing mask that's gonna like rip everything out of your skin and leave you feeling fresh and clean and, you know, clean pored. So those are the products I wanted to talk about today. I felt like that went really quick. I am doing a worth the hype video because I feel like if I got to show some negatives, I got to do some positives, right? But leave any product suggestions down below, products that you see talked about over and over and over. And if you want to know if they're worth it, listen, my job here is to use these products, buy these products, I get gifted these products, so you don't have to try them and waste your money and potentially ruin your skin. So if it's something you want me to try out, let me know in the comments down below. You can watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I will see you over there.